So if you haven't been watching Afrobasket, I don't know what you're doing, man. I absolutely do not understand what you were doing. I don't know what you're watching out there. Because if you have, you know what I'm talking about. The games have been absolutely phenomenal, incredible, entertaining, straight up entertaining. That's all I can say. Now, the usual suspects have handled their business. We talking about Egypt. Even though I didn't think they'll do all that, but they did. They handled their business. We had Mahmoud, and he talked about we're thinking about the World Cup, not just Afrobasket. They came in there and they showed me that's what they thinking about. They handled their business, took care of their business. Boom! Straight up won all the games. And of course, the defending champs, Tunisia, took care of business. Bam, 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 bam. And the number 1 ranked team, Nigeria, handled their business. And then you have the likes of Senegal, absolutely murdered everybody. That's all I can say. They only allowed 158 points in 3 games. That defense is just straight up stingy. They're like, nah. We don't care if you're Angola or whatever. Nah. Not against us. Not against us. Just absolutely stingy, man. Stingy. And then you have Uganda. My neighbors. I love my neighbors. But they've allowed the most points against them, like 284. That's a lot. That's a lot. In 3 games, 284. But that didn't matter when they went against Cape Verde. The most exciting team, if you ask me. Now, you know they can put up points. Their ball movement, absolutely crazy. But Uganda, they had Wainwright. And Wainwright went nuts in the first half. I'm talking about just scoring from all over the place. He was just a little shy from a triple-double. He had a double-double in the first half, just killing it, straight killing it, man. Straight killing it. Woo! And then Opong and Nabu just absolutely murdering everything out there. Now, let me tell you, this was a really interesting game. I know last time I was talking about, the Morocco against Cape Verde was really interesting, really exciting. But this game was a lot better if you ask me. This game was a lot better. Couple of runs, Wainwright was doing his thing, and of course, Ivan Almeida. Absolutely a dog out there. That's all I can say. That boy can ball. Absolutely ball. Well, you can tell that they're using him a little too much. Cape Verde did get exposed. Again, their defense was not all that great. Yes, that defense is not all that great. They were not that physical. They allow teams playing against them to get real comfortable in their offense. I think they need to do a better job when it comes to their defense, just making other teams a little bit uncomfortable. They allow teams to get into their rhythm and do what they need to do. They absolutely had no fouls. They're just not getting physical with them. Now, I understand they're missing a couple of players, but they just need to do a better job defensively. Well, anywho, that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is Uganda, how they handled their business against them. Well, even though I'm giving a lot of props to Wainwright, he does have a tendency to disappear every now and then. I've noticed that. Even when they played against Egypt, started off a monster and then disappeared. When they were playing against Cape Verde, same thing. Like I said, first half, absolutely a monster. And then he disappeared. I don't know if he gets tired. I don't know if he just gets bored, but he just disappears. And, we don't see a whole lot of him. And then all of a sudden he just shows up and then boom, monster, because that's what he did. In the fourth quarter, the 3-point, double teamed, bang, and gives them a 3-point lead. That is what changed everything at the very end. And then Uganda just went on punch after punch. And Cape Verde just didn't know what hit him. Because Cape Verde had it in the fourth quarter, they were leading by 8 points at one point. And all I saw was Cape Verde thinking that, okay, let's manage the time. And that's what they were doing. Eventually, their offense just ceased to exist. They're just working the clock. And Uganda was like, no, we fighting this thing. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. And even took it to a 10-point lead at one point. But Cape Verde wasn't gone. Right, Joel Almeida was out there hitting threes and doing everything, trying to keep him afloat. But this game was Uganda's. They won that. Boom! That's all I can say. But it was one hell of a game. And I'll tell you this. These two teams, be careful. Uganda, congratulations. Hell of a game. Cape Verde, I like what I'm seeing. Just a couple of tweaks here and there, and they're still my favorite team out there. They're still my favorite. I still have a lot of faith in them. I'm sure what they're lacking right now, they can fix it. You know, it's personnel issues here and there, and their usage rate when it comes to Ivan Almeida. I think, you know, this time he was a little gassed. His offense was not there, but defensively, he was anchoring everything. And if you missed it, just go back and watch that game. That's all I can say, because it was really exciting, absolutely incredible. And of course, we cannot forget about South Sudan, because South Sudan, oh boy, they lost that first game against Nigeria, and then they went against Mali. I know a lot of people thinking Mali might win this one, and they hit him hard, quickly at the beginning, like bam, 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 couple of points. But then they started losing their lead, and this has become a trend. Even while they were playing, even when they played against Rwanda, same thing, they had a 20-point lead and they lost it. So again, you know, they're still a young team, they're still trying to find their rhythm and all that, but I feel like they have the most potential in Afrobasket. Like, that team could be absolutely lethal. Well, it might not be this year, but that team absolutely lethal. When they come together, it's gonna be a problem in this continent of Africa. Ooh, Lord. So all I gotta say is, if you're not watching Afrobasket, I don't know what you're doing, because you're missing really exciting games. Just incredible. Group E, absolutely incredible. I'm loving what I'm seeing in Group E. And then you have what? Congo DR. They doing their thing out there, man. They doing their thing out there. Oh, man. Just, I don't know how to explain it, man. All I gotta say is, you need to watch the games.